Hello and welcome to the Largo Logs YouTube channel. It is me, Stu. It's Sunday night. It is a bank holiday weekend and it's a new month. We're in May, which means I've got a barking dog. Yes, Charlie's just been washed, so he's a wee bit crabbit. But I'm here to talk about the Scottish beers of the month for May. This is live, isn't it? So yes, before that, I'm cracking open a little tin of beer. It's Sleigh Puff, a matchmaker porter, I believe. So I'll be joined shortly by Darren, who actually I think, if he's ready, I'll add him in just now.
Good evening.
Hello. Okay, you went. Wait. Yep, we've lost the sound. I'm just going to pour this whilst we wait. No, still no. It says it's mute, so I think you have to click it on your screen. Control D. There we go.
I'm here. Technical issues. Work laptop.
Hey, go on. It happens to all of us. I am pouring myself a little matchmaker, cool mint marshmallow porter.
Lovely. Well, I made it to Aldi with about 5 minutes to spare before they closed, so I just thought I'll go for something kind of quirky. So I've got some cold kinky beer, dedicated
Yes.
follower of passion fruit ale.
Yeah, I've had that earlier the week, and it wasn't bad. It's going to be rather noisy on my side. Like we showered the dog, so he is not happy. So he's just running laps around the living room. So but we're here to talk about the Aldi beers. Mate, this actually smells like mint.
I'm not sure mint's the most pleasant smell in a beer.
I know. It makes sense if it's kind of like a seasonal. The fact that they describe it as matchmakers, like fair enough.
Oh,
But
like that one I told you about last night, that chocolate peanut butter porter, and it tasted like nothing like chocolate, and all you could get was this really savoury peanutty smell. It was disgusting. So I've no idea really what it tasted like. I had to try and hold my nose as I was drinking it, but no, it wasn't good at all.
yeah, that's it. It's sometimes a strong flavor can kill the beer. So, like when you get those high ABV beers and it just smells like bourbon, and it's just, or I guess that kind of comes with the ones that are like done in whiskey casks. Like you're gonna have to expect like a really strong kind of like whiskey taste.
Yeah, depending on how fresh the barrel is, I suppose, or how recently it was used.
But yeah, we're here to talk about the Aldi beers. I've had a little drink of that. It's not bad. It's not like maybe because it's a porter, so it's kind of a bit lighter. Like if it was a stout, it might be a bit much. But yeah, I've got like a 50-50 record with like Tiny Rebels. Like sometimes they're really good, sometimes it's just bland, and it's not for me at all.
I suppose that there's some flavours some flavours really work with beer, and other ones you think just because you can doesn't mean you should. Oh, I saw a little flicker there. Did you lose me?
You froze for a second, but it's back to normal now.
I'm back in the room.
Yes. So, let's have a look at these Aldi beers. What they did say was every month they're planning on focusing on different Scottish breweries. So, this time they've got, let's see, last month was Fierce, Cold Town Beer, and I've already forgotten the other one. But this time they've went back to Cold Town Beer. They've done a It is called Jammy Bass.
Oh, nice. Oh, the same brewery. Oh,
Yes, they've got a really simple but effective sort of style when it comes to their cans. Let's see if I can
so it
put
makes
this
it
in
quite recognisable.
presentation
Like
mode.
Stuart Brewing as well. As soon as you see the can, you know who it is.
Yes, it's got that kind of style, especially the can design. It's not quite like a tartan design on their cans, but you could tell a Stuart Brewing beer from a mile, especially when they have like those black tins that have like brewed in Edinburgh. Like this is why there'll never be a mystery beer review, because I'll just give it away. So yes, this is a dessert pale ale, 5.1%.
That common beer style. Everybody loves a dessert pale ale.
Yeah, like, you could probably pour this on your ice cream, maybe. I wonder if you do get beer floats.
Do you have ice cream to try?
I haven't. That's
Oh,
definitely
Griffith.
like definitely something we should try when it comes to the summer, and try beer floats. I'll have to take a note of
I
that for
think I
later.
think you'd struggle to beat the American cream soda, but it's worth a try with one of these fruity beers.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if they've really nailed it, like jam. That's probably a good one. Like maybe even like this being mint. The fact that that could kind of go with
Oh,
ice cream.
but this might as well. That's the other one I went for, a 71 Brewing, 2 to Mango, a mango vanilla smoothie IPA.
Oh
Although
yeah,
it's a big 7.5%, which might be a bit strong for ice
aye,
cream. But
yeah,
mango and ice cream, good combo.
definitely. Our second beer, the next one from Cold Town is Cold Baltic Beer, Pure Baltic Cold IPA, 5.3%. Cold fermented IPA. That's how they describe it.
Interesting. I was going to say, surely whether it's cold depends on how long you've had it in the fridge.
Yes, but I just like
But
that
yeah, cold
description.
fermented makes sense.
Pure Baltic cold. So, but speaking of 71 Brewing, I feel like they got the majority of this month. They had 4 of their beers. So I picked up the same one as you. There you go.
Yeah,
Mango vanilla smoothie IPA, 7.5%. So dogs. Why did I get one? Jesus. But
could be worse. You could be listening to Tom. Hi, Tom.
you might be the sole person watching this. We'll see if that number just goes back to 0. But yeah, I quite like a 71 Brewing beer. They did tours last year, and I hesitated on buying a ticket, and then they've never done a brewery tour since. Because it's only in Dundee, so it's not far.
For you to stagger home.
Just yeah, exactly. You just have to get to the train station, and you're sorted. The other one, Wee Zesty, a lemon verbena slushy sour.
I was considering picking that one up, but I think 2 cans is enough because they're quite big cans.
They are. These are all like 440 mils. I think even the bottles, 500 ml bottles. But
So what makes it a slushy sour, or is it just a flavour that you would normally get in slushies? Because obviously it's not going to be a slushy texture.
exactly, I'm not sure if it's maybe like a lemon sorbet, maybe idea that
Oh,
they're going
maybe.
for. It's in the back of the can. They describe it as hazy citrus sour beer with lemon verbena for sherbet fizz, lemon peel for zing, and lemon zest for pizzazz.
Got a
Chill
little
this
bit
summer
pizzazz in a beer.
smasher as low as you can go. Look at the wordsmiths. So, and this one is one I've done before. It is Frontal Skies, a 7% Baltic porter.
They quite like their Baltic beers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a brewing trait of Scotland, since it's always pure Baltic. But I've had this one reviewed on the channel before as a mystery beer review. I won't tell you which episode, so you could find out. But yeah, a rich and complex dark Baltic porter. Expect heaps of caramel and toffee notes, rounded with hints of dried fruit from the smooth, dark lager fermented porter. And from what I remember, the first batch I had, this was lovely. And I think the good thing about the Aldi beers is, like, all these beers, let's say it was 8 beers, none of them are above like £2. So you're getting like 8 beers for like less than 16 quid.
Almost makes you think, well, why do people bother with things like Beer 52? You end up spending like a
Yes.
good few pound on a beer when you pop into Aldi and Lidl, and they've always got pretty good, interesting stuff. I think these two were only like 149 or 169 for a 440 ml can, which is pretty good.
Exactly. That's like, imagine paying like bottle shop prices for like 440 ml,
Aye.
7%, like this and this, since like they're both like going from like 7 to 7.5. Like that's probably going to be closer to like a fiver, if not over. Like £3. Sorry, 7% beers is probably about £3 in a bottle shop at least.
You wonder how they make any money, Aldi selling these.
I know, and the thing is, it's probably a case that the brewery makes nothing off of them. Like they're
Just to try and
probably,
get their name out there.
yes, exactly. People are going to recognize the style because that's it. Like there's the kind of like that uniform style of tins. Like they've all got this like the 71 sort of like placed everywhere. The same with the Cold Town beer. The fact that there's always just this
Big black square in the middle. Yeah.
exactly. So it's always Cold Town or cold beer, cold jammy beer, cold Baltic beer. I'm sure they had a cold spicy beer. It was like a haggis one for Burns night. And
That
then I was
sounds
like, right,
disgusting.
guys, calm down. Calm down.
I love haggis, but haggis and beer.
Yeah. I mean, it could be the other way about if you were putting beer into haggis.
Oh, that could be good. Well, I suppose you get haggis infused with whiskey, so yeah, you could always chuck some
Yeah.
beer in there.
So, all right. Yeah, noisy. Look at just this wee monster. Right. No, Jesus Christ. Camden, you cannot have any beer. The amount of times he jumps off my lap and just yanks the headset with it.
Or gets a claw stuck in the beard.
Just gets lost in the beard.
Kills the little baby birds that are nesting in there.
That's, you don't want to disturb the wildlife. So yeah, all fun in this. Wait, sorry. All the fun of the citrus, 5.5% pale ale. Sometimes
I've never really considered citrus to be that much fun before.
Yeah,
but I quite like what they're going for.
Yeah, it's a great can design. It's nice, summery orange colours, but yeah, a hazy pale ale conditioned on real citrus peel, then combined with Azacca and Citra hops, creating a juicy and balanced flavour with a full aroma of citrus. So
that sounds like a nice sit in the garden in the summer sort of beer.
Oh, definitely, and we're almost there. Like it's getting to the point now where it's like, it isn't completely miserable outside. So, down to the last two. Are you familiar with Fyne ales?
Is that Fyne?
It is indeed.
Yes, I've heard of them. I don't think I've had any before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, where is it? At Brewing Scotland, Fyne ales. I can't even pronounce that. Argyle, at least, is the only word I could say.
Over west somewhere.
Yes, aye.
Is there not? There's a Loch Fyne, isn't there? Over that way.
I think so. They're talking about Glen Fyne and beyond on the back here. Vibrant grapefruit and delicate lemon flavours with a subtle, grassy, refreshing finish. So I feel like I've had some of these before, but I don't see a lot of them on the shelves. So yes, this is their Jarl. Citrus Session Blonde, 3.8% actually. That's probably the lowest we've had so far.
Yeah, you can down a few of them before driving to work.
Oh well.
we do not condone drinking
and
driving.
Yes, I feel like that just needs to be a little banner I could click.
This is not the view of the lager logs.
Yes. The opinions are of our own and not the channel. And the other one, the last one, Avalanche.
That looks almost identical to the other one.
It does. It's just like a little change.
That's even the same colour, pretty much. Yeah, I'm not really going to give them many points for their design. It's you'd probably, if you saw them on the shelf, you'd think that was just the same thing.
Mm. So this is their thirst quenching pale ale, Avalanche, 4.5%. And yeah, I mean these were all priced between about, I guess maybe like 159 to 199 at most. So, and to be honest, you couldn't ask for anything more. Like just to kind of get this, because this is the second month that they've done it. They've made it. They suggested it was the Scottish beers of the month. So rather than, I guess, like a quarterly beer festival where it's definitely more than 8, it's maybe close to like 15. Maybe, I don't think they've ever been as high as like 20 beers, but 8 a month is manageable. And
Yeah,
especially if it's not going to cost more than 20 quid.
yeah, and you can try pretty much every one that they do, and at least it's all quite cool, quirky sort of things. It's not just like a generic IPA or just a plain
Yeah.
blonde or something. They've all got quite cool, quirky flavours. Some of which work, some don't. But it's suppose when they've got their main range, is just pretty standard ones. It's
yes, like golden
pretty good
ales, lagers, and
something a bit different. Yeah.
Can do. But yeah, just looking at it all, like we've got IPA, sour, porter, pale ale, IPA, dessert pale ale, and a pale ale and a blonde. So it's like a nice sort of gateway. I was going to say like a gateway drug. Like if you're curious about craft beer, like this is it. You don't need to go right to the bottle shop and spend too much money. You could just go to Lidl or Aldi and get like a good variety to find out what you like.
Yeah, and if you decide that dog food isn't a good flavour for beer, then it's only cost you about £1.50, £1.60, and you can just pour it down the sink.
Exactly. That was always the worst thing if it was a beer 52 and the beer was rank. And it's like, man. Well, saying it wasn't bad because everyone done like the free trial, then had to cancel it. I don't think anyone's ever properly paid, like the full, what was it, 24, 32 pound a month.
Why they keep pestering you when you try to disappear.
I know, and I must have clicked everything when I was like trying to leave because I get written letters from them, I get phone calls, text messages, and emails.
And them turning up at your door.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, like they're only in Edinburgh. It's like, nah, we could try it. Come on, it's getting desperate now, guys. Get the street team in. And that's it. I would probably out like peer pressure be talked back into it if they showed up at my door like Mormons.
Yeah. Would you like a copy of our Brewing magazine? I can't remember what the magazine was called.
It was like Ferment.
Ferment, that's the one. Yep.
And I was all right. I should really read this. Like this would probably come in handy, and like never did.
Yeah, I've got a few of those, and they're just sitting on my bookshelf. I've had a quick little glance at one, never gone back to it.
Yeah, and I think the best one they've done was that the Scottish, the Scottish beer box they did. So it just gave you a sample. I think that's where I maybe seen Fyne ales before. I think it came from them. And it was just like, I've never tried some of these, but it was like, cool, thank you for introducing me to all these breweries, but I have to go now.
That was when I had all my trouble with them. So they phoned me and said, we've got a great box. It's all Scottish beers. This whole box for a tenner. Like, yeah, go for it. And then a box of Irish beer turned up. And I thought, what the heck? So phoned them up, and they said, oh, sorry, I think it's been a mistake on our part. We don't have any of the Scottish ones left. And they said, do you want a refund, or we could send you your next box free? So I said, nah, I'll go for the free box. So a tenner for 2 boxes.
Yeah, that's it. It's, you almost think like, how are they actually making money off of this? Because I feel like
pretty terrible.
They're always really quick to suddenly credit you like a mystery £10 that they've found out of nowhere. So, oh yeah,
Desperation to get you to stay.
you've got this bonus credit sitting here that you've never used. Like, yeah, sure.
That you've never previously told me about, and you've only told me about it when I threatened to leave. How
Yes,
convenient.
exactly. It's like, I'm still leaving unless there's another mystery bonus tenner you could find me. So haggling on your credit just to get another box of beer. But yep, so that is the Aldi beers of the month. Yeah, I'll be excited to see what they do next month because that's it. There is a lot of Scottish breweries that they could tap into. I mean, you've got St Andrews Brewing Company. They have a good like core range of beers that I could easily see in this. Like, what was it? Yippee IPA.
Oh, I just
It's
had one of
like,
those recently.
aye. And from what I remember, they're really good, like solid beers. I really enjoyed trying like their core range. So if something like that pops up, like if they get 2 or 3 of those beers, like in all the Aldis and Lidls, that would be pretty cool. But I'm trying to think of the other ones because unless companies like Stewart Brewing decide to do a specific brew for this, because Stewart Brewing's everywhere. And actually, I think that was in the first month. It was their Holyrood Pale Ale, which you could find in Morrison's any day of the week. So it wasn't really special, but I guess I was like, right, we'll
Maybe
give
got
you one.
some old stock to get rid of.
Yeah. So, but no, that is it's good because I'm on holiday tomorrow and I get to take all these beers with me. So
Excellent.
I will try those. Speaking of beers, the other thing I wanted to talk about was what beers we've been trying lately. I've been to a wedding and a retirement party this weekend, and on both occasions I've had to drive. So I've really had the chance to look harder at what alcohol-free options we've got kicking about in like our bowling clubs and hotels. And yeah, I've found out I really like Guinness Zero.
It is good, isn't it? It's definitely my favourite alcohol-free beer because it's got that bit more body to it,
Mm-hmm.
rather than the like pretty much any sort of like IPA type thing. As soon as you take the alcohol out, it just tastes watered down. But
Yeah,
since Guinness is quite full and smooth anyway,
yeah.
they get away with taking the alcohol out and it still tastes half decent.
That's it. That's it. It was strange because I was looking at my options. I was like in the bowling club, and they
Beck's Blue.
had yes, there's Beck's, Peroni, Tennants, which I haven't seen alcohol-free Tennants, and it's like you know how you get the big yellow can. This one's like a big light blue can with the red tea on it, and I was like, that canny. No.
Aye, I, I I quite like a pint of Tennent's, but I've
Mm.
never tried the alcohol-free one. I've had the Peroni
Yeah.
one. It is decent. The
Hmm.
Heineken Zero, I used to think that was decent until I had one. Was around about Christmas, I think, and I don't know if it was just because it wasn't very cold and it tasted a bit flat as well. So
Right.
that wasn't
That
good.
doesn't help.
But yeah, but the Peroni's decent, the alcohol-free one.
Hmm. That's what I kind of started off with. Like, I thought, right, at least Peroni will be reliable. So I had one of those and I thought it was okay, but it's like you get 3/4 of the way through it and it starts warming up and it just becomes a chore. So I thought, right, I'm going to try the Guinness. And I was surprised it was lighter than like your normal Guinness. Like how getting a normal draft Guinness, it's like a bloody meal, isn't it? It's such just like a stodgy
Nice
pint.
chewy one.
Exactly. And I thought, Christ, I can't sit and drink that all night. That's
But
like,
I'd quite like to see some of these ones that do quirky flavours doing an alcohol-free version, but I just think it'd be too much hassle and they probably wouldn't sell enough to make it
yeah,
worthwhile. So a lot of the ones that you tend to see in pubs will be like your Heineken Zero and Beck's Blue, just pretty standard. It tastes
yeah.
kind of like beer, that'll do. You're probably not
Aye,
going to
exactly.
see many quirky, not quite so mass appeal ones in pubs and clubs.
No, definitely. But yeah, I was really surprised with Guinness. I had 3 or 4 of them. It was like you could actually just sit and drink this stuff and
Yes,
not kind of get
pretty good.
bloated. But when I went to the hotel for this wedding reception, I went to the bar and I was like, right, what is your alcohol-free beer options? And they're like, Heineken. or Copperberg.
Oh, yeah, I've been offered Copperberg when I've asked for beer before, and that's
Yeah.
not beer.
And I was just like, oh, okay. And
I'll
it was
take the
like,
one that's actually beer then, please.
yeah. And honestly, I had two, and then I just switched to Iron Brew. I was just like, nah.
Just a bit, yeah.
Actually, I think I was like confident. I went up and asked for like Guinness Zero first, and it's like we don't do Guinness here. I was like, oh,
Damn
how
it.
has the wee bowling club got a better beer situation than you, a hotel? So
Hopefully the more they realise that, like, there are going to be a lot more drivers that are a bit
yeah,
more like they don't want to just sit and drink really gassy Coke that's full of sugar. Or, don't know. There's only so much
yeah,
fizzy juice that you can drink. So
aye,
it's nice going into somewhere where they've got a choice of maybe 3 or 4 different ones.
hmm
Although again, they do tend to just be pretty standard lager type ones.
aye, definitely. That's it. Whilst it is, there's definitely a lot more now than there has ever been before. Because when I had a look at the beer aisle in Sainsbury's today, and it was like they've almost kind of got
A
their
whole
own set of
section with
shelves.
alcohol-free ones.
Exactly, and it's huge. So it's like everyone has kind of got their own take on their alcohol-free beer, but they're not. It's like, as you said, it's kind of all lager, so it's never that interesting or appealing. But yeah, definitely, there's more options out there for businesses. They should definitely look to have more. It's the fact like that bowling club that had 5 different beers in this hotel, which was quite fancy, had one. So, but that was it. That's what I've been drinking this weekend. So this is like my first actual piece of alcohol. This this bank holiday I've actually gotten to. But you were telling me last night about a really offensive. Was that a stout?
It was a yeah. So what was the brewer? Can't remember who the brewer was,
Was it
but
evil?
it was what
Was it called
Evil
Evil
Genius.
Genius?
Yeah. So it was called Purple Monkey Dishwasher, I think. And it was, I don't know, whenever I saw the name and what the flavour was, and I thought, oh, this sounds like it's going to be really good. It was
Yeah.
absolutely disgusting. It was so overpowering. It's just like you'd opened a packet of peanuts and somebody had rubbed them in your face. It was the smell was so. So I said it was a chocolate peanut butter porter, I think,
hmm
and it was just all peanuts, no chocolate. It was not nice. There was 3 of us
Yeah.
tried it. Nobody liked it. We all thought it was absolutely vile. It had so
Man.
much promise, but I couldn't drink it. And it's
Yeah.
very. There's been plenty of beers I've had where I thought, nah, that's a bit bland. This you couldn't even drink this stuff. It was. I
hmm
suppose there probably will be a small number of people that will like it, but I don't know. It was
Yeah.
boken juicing.
Because that's it. I think what was it described as on the can? It was like a peanut butter.
Yeah, a
Uh,
chocolate peanut butter porter, I think it was, but
so
it was
you're
not nice.
should have been getting like expecting something like a Reese's peanut butter cup, sort of like that sort of aroma
Yeah,
where it
if
is
they
like the
toned down the
mixture of
peanut butter and you can taste the chocolate as well, it could have
aye.
been really nice. But it was just, the smell was so strong. As soon as you opened the can, it just hit you in the face, and you just. Bleh. I'm not really that big a fan of peanuts, but
hmm
it wasn't like peanut butter. It was just like a packet of peanuts. It was
Yeah.
not nice.
Oh man. It doesn't sound well balanced at all. What was the percentage on it? Was it high or?
Hold on, I'm going to get Google on the go here. I can't. I don't think it was an overly strong one. I think it was maybe it was about 5%, maybe.
hmm
Purple Monkey Dishwasher. Here we go.
Yeah, I wonder how they came up
S-
with that name.
the first result is a video of a clip from The Simpsons called Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Oh, there we
Uh,
go.
and it's on Urban Dictionary as well. So here we go. Here's Beer 52's website, Purple Monkey Dishwasher. 6% it was. So it says the description: do you like chocolate and peanut butter, but hate all that pesky chewing? Give your teeth a vacation with a rich, full-bodied chocolate peanut butter pourer. That sounds nice. That didn't seem
What
like
you
what
got
was in the
wasn't.
can. No. Well, it's got 3.72 out of 5 ratings.
Hmm.
So I, I don't know. Some of these people giving it a 5-star, and he must have put some water in it before he drank that.
Yeah.
It was definitely overpowering it. Lovely beer, but it's
Mhm.
not lovely.
Maybe that would be a good
Oh.
beer to mix with ice cream.
Yeah, well, I suppose ice cream would have toned it down a bit,
Exactly. It kind of diluted it.
but I'm not going to risk buying another one.
Yeah, aye. And where did you find that? Was that
It was a Beer 52 box,
okay?
so I can't even remember where it was. Where are Evil Genius from?
Yeah,
It was in America. I think it was a Philadelphia box. I think.
all right.
Is that? Let me see. Purple Monk. No. Evil Genius Brew.
You wonder if that's maybe more like an American style brewing where it's just overwhelming amount of flavor.
Yeah, that was the Philadelphia box. That's where they're based.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I
Ah,
won't be buying it again.
yeah. Fair enough. Sounded interesting, but just like your sort of like review to me, it was like, aye,
I feel
that's
sick. I feel sick just reading that.
post traumatic stress.
Yeah, luckily I've had plenty of nice wine beforehand, so that
Oh well.
I just
Aye.
a little swirl of some red wine masked that disgusting taste.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has actually turned out to be really decent. This was like the second because they brought out 4 of these at Christmas. I remember.
So
And
why
I
are they
had
still doing it in May? If it's
this was
their
a
beers of the month.
definitely like leftover stock. I think I'd
Oh,
gotten a mystery bag of beer from the craft beer shop in Kirkcaldy.
so
Uh,
that wasn't from this month's
no,
Aldi ones.
no. This was
Oh,
just what I've had in the fridge because all these have been sat on my desk. I'm not going to sit and drink
bit
room
warm.
temperature beer.
Well, a good piece of advice. Vacuvan wine bottle sleeve. It's so
Okay.
good for getting a can of beer down to temperature pretty quickly.
Ah,
It's
there you
yeah,
go.
it works really well. I
Yeah.
think it's about a tenner. So if you want a bottle or a
Hmm.
can cold, stick it in that and stick it in the freezer. And
In no time.
15 minutes, it's cold.
Yeah, exactly. You can be enjoying your lemon verbena slushy sour as it should be intended. Slush.
Although I can't see slushy beers. Well, I suppose it might be if you've got a nice citrusy one in the summer, having
Hmm.
a little bit of slushy, icy texture
Yeah.
might be all right. Like
Well,
there's plenty of times where I've tried to get a beer cold, stuck it in the freezer for a bit too long, and you
aye.
do get quite a bit of ice on it. So
Yeah,
not
there was.
totally frozen, but you get that wee bit of kind of frostiness.
This has made me think about something that I've seen Vault City do recently, where they were showing up. Let's see if I could get this shared on screen. Share screen. Yeah, let's go for the entire window. Yeah, they had like an
Seems like a work
van,
meeting.
sour beer slushies and converted ice
Mm,
cream van. So they were actually doing beer slushies.
nice. I could imagine at like a music festival that in the summer that would go down quite well.
Oh, that would make mint. Yeah. So it's just the thought of, aye, let's just come up with a fruity sour. I mean, look at it.
Although, how many
Oh
children are
yeah,
going to
that's
approach that and be disappointed?
aye, wanting like a
That does
99p
look like it's worth trying.
like
I
flake.
remember people doing like vodka
Oh,
slushies back in the
iron
day,
brew
and it.
slushy.
Oh. But yeah, I've never tried a beer one. I don't know how well it would work, but I'd give that a try.
Hmm.
Nice.
But yeah, I thought that's different. It'll
Maybe we
probably
should convert
cost
the
you like
motorhome.
close to a tenner, but yeah,
Could have
that's
one.
pretty cool. Hmm. Now let's see. We've spoke about the beers from Aldi's. We've spoke about what we've been drinking lately. We've got a comment. We have what we've got here. Ah,
Oh,
yes.
David's here.
Hi guys, with a Z. And one more. We have Slurpy Dave, pubs, beers, and jokes. IOM. Which I'm trying. That must be an abbreviation for something that, unless it's Isle of Man. Evening from the Isle of Man.
Yes, I think it will be. Yeah.
Good evening, Dave.
Hi, Slurpy Dave.
And Dave. Double
Two
Daves. Yep. So, yeah, that was so comments. Thank you for jumping in just to say hello. But I think that's it. Sunday night. We've probably got more drinking to do, like offline now. So, thank you for joining me tonight, Darren.
Not a problem.
And if you haven't already, please check out Barnesville Brewing on Facebook, or check out our mystery beer review with Darren and David from Barnesville, because it seems to be quite a popular episode. So,
Probably because of the foul language and nudity.
yep, and you'll have to find that out for yourselves. Go watch all 31 minutes. Don't want to take your eyes off the screen for 1 second in case you missed everything Darren just mentioned. So,
Luckily,
yes.
Stuart's quite quick at changing.
And that's it. It's been me, Stu. As I said, normally these would just be your standard YouTube video, but we're going live tonight because I am leaving after this, and I'll be gone for a week, and there's no chance I was going to get this edited out in time. So we're going for a cheeky live, and that is it. It's over. So for the people that joined us, cheers. Have a good one, and yeah, catch us later. Feel free to like, subscribe, send a link of this to your mum, and let her know that, you know, a couple of people with drinking problems. That's what happened at my work this week. Cheerio.
Bye.